And I think last week I asked you to watch some videos on Microsoft Word, and I believe
Yes,
you did. Okay.
yes,
So before we get into the practice exercises, in some few maybe words, tell me what you learned from the videos. So who wants to start? Irama or Papa? Who would like to go first?
Okay, I would like to go first.
Okay.
Okay, so in watching the videos, I realized there were more ways you can use Microsoft Word. But that's to say how we were using it or how most people would use it is quite underutilized.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to learn some new features, how to properly use it.
Okay. Okay. That's good. At least it's an eye opener. So Microsoft
Yeah,
Word is not just for you type and you print. It's
yeah,
more of creating professional documents and
yeah,
understanding how to use the tools is very important as a
yeah,
student. Then when you
yes,
move from being a student into becoming a worker, a full-time worker, you know how to use it and use it well. Okay, Rama, what
yes.
say you?
Yeah, personally, I didn't know the dialogue format box was like it had other tools. I never
Okay.
knew. I don't know what I thought it was, but I always thought it like little icon. I didn't know you could even click on it. So I was
Yeah,
like amazed to find out all the tools they had, like the hidden feature and all those new tools I found out about. It was
that's
very
good.
exciting.
That's good. So what I'm
Yeah.
going to do is to test your knowledge on what you learned from the videos on my YouTube channel. So it's going to be
Yes,
practical, and I'm sure you have your laptops open with Microsoft Word open. So I'll share my screen. You will see a question. Then you will have to direct me as to where I need to go to perform the task. And if you cannot
yes,
do it, then I'll step in to explain and I'll try to link it to what happens in the world of work. Okay?
yes,
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen in a minute. Okay, so I believe you can see my screen.
yes,
Yes,
Okay, so this is the Gmetrics Skills Management platform. So I've told Daddy about it, and maybe hopefully by Friday we'll set up account for you individually, where you
okay,
can
yes,
also go to practice. Okay,
yes,
okay.
please.
and I believe you can see the task. Can you see the task, the question number?
Um,
Okay, I'm going to read. Okay.
yes,
Okay,
So we need to create a document from the report design template and save the template as a Word document named sample in our Gmetrics template folder.
okay.
So when we say template, what does it mean to you? What is a template?
um, a
What is a
template is like
template?
a
Hmm.
pre-designed like I don't want it's like a pre-designed skeletal
Okay.
like structure of a design.
Okay.
Like
Okay. Which is good. So at least
yeah,
someone has done it, and yours is to just look at it and
yes,
make changes to suit your need. Are we okay with that explanation?
yes,
Yes,
please.
yes,
Papa, are you okay with that?
yes.
Okay, so the question here is asking us to create a report design template. So, assuming I don't know how to create a report, I'm in the work field, I need to create a report. I don't know the format, I don't know the design. How do I do that? So, what you need to do is to go to the File tab, okay?
Yeah,
So, under File tab, I'll point to New, then I can look for an online template. So whatever thing you want to develop, let's say I want to create an envelope. I don't know how to do that. I can search for envelope, then it will give me at least some samples. Then based on that, you can what do the editing. But the question here is asking us to look for what report design.
Report.
So you go to file, you point to new, then you look for what report design. So
Okay.
whilst I'm doing this, you're also doing it at your end on your respective laptops. Okay.
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 So I come all the way down, then I'll see report design blank. I click on it, then I'll select what create. So once I do this, this is my report design template. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So a report should have a title, it should have a heading, then it should have the content, which is the body. So this is just the framework of creating a report. So if you don't know how to create a report, at least you can create one from a template. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So after creating, I will need to save it. So if I want to save, where do I click? Where do I go if I want to save this particular document? Mm-hmm.
You'd have to
Mm-hmm.
locate the, I think, the memory card icon in the top left.
Okay, so this is the quick access toolbar. So I can click on this save, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or I can go to file, then I can go to what? Save as. Then I will need to browse to my what location, okay?
Yeah.
So I need to save it in my document folder. So my document folder, which is, let me go to users, Fifi, then I'll look for my document and geometrics template. So I'll need to save this as what? Sample. And then I'll hit on what? Save. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So once I do this, I've learned how to create a document from a template. So whatever design, whatever you have in mind, be it a page cover, you don't know how to go about it, you can start from a template. You don't need
Okay.
to start from scratch. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So once I'm done, I'll hit on next. Then the system will mark it for me. Yes, I got it correct. Then I move on to the next task.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the next task here is asking us to add the predefined sample to watermark to the document. So how do I add a watermark? Which of the tabs should I go to add a watermark? Yes. So tell
Mm,
me, which tab
think
to add a
the
watermark?
layout,
I go to where?
Layout.
layout.
Layout tab. Okay, let's see. Do you see watermark within
Um.
the layout?
Okay. No, then the design.
Aha, good. So under the design tab, which group can I find a watermark? Which group? Which group? So the name of the
Parts.
group is written beneath it.
Okay.
So which group? Which group? So we have the document formatting group, okay? Then we
Okay.
have
Okay.
the page background group. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yes. The
So
page
within the
background.
page background group, I have my watermark.
Okay.
So with the watermark, we have more something like templates. So they've been predefined. So you can use confidential one, confidential two, do not copy one, do not copy two. And under the disclaimer section, we have what? Sample two.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So once you hit on it, sample two watermark, then the watermark is in there. So just as you see government of Ghana, maybe they want to circulate something to the public, you see the watermark, the logo of maybe any news article, you see it. When you got admission into University of Ghana, you could see behind the admission letter the crest of the school. So that is what the watermark. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
You can even go a step further to customize it. So you can use your name, you can use a picture, and all of these I explain in the videos on my YouTube channel. So this is just to help you understand that okay, these are the tools available, and this is what I can use the tools for, and that makes you a specialist. So
Yes.
even in your sleep, when I call you, oh Irama, I want to do something. How do I go about it? You'll be able to tell me, okay, if you click on design, go to page background group, go, you'll find watermark, click on it, you'll find the tool you are looking for. And that is what makes you a specialist. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Well done. So we move on to another question.
Okay.
Insert a hyperlink, okay, which is to www.fusiontomo.com on the text Fusion Tomo Incorporated in the first paragraph of this document. So, what is your understanding of a hyperlink? When we say hyperlink, what does it mean to you?
Okay. A hyperlink is a basically okay. So it can be in the form of a picture or text. When you click on it, it takes you to like a website, particular website.
Well done. So, when you are doing your searches on Google,
Yeah.
you get a Google search result, you click, then it opens another page, right? So, that's a
Yes.
hyperlink. So, as a professional, as a Microsoft Office specialist, you don't need to type the website address or the email address of a particular organization within your document,
Yeah.
but you rather embed it as a link. So the question is very clear here. Insert a hyperlink to www.fusiontomo.com on the text Fusion Tomo Incorporated in the first paragraph. So I know this is my first paragraph and I'm looking for Fusion Tomo Incorporated. So if it's not in the first paragraph and we have about 100 pages, I don't need to go through. So I can quickly use my find, which is within the editing group. Okay. Then I'll
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
type Fusion Tomo. So automatically, at least I see my first paragraph, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this is the first instance of Fusion Tomo. The second instance is within my first paragraph. Now I found it. So I select it. So now where do I go to insert the link? How do I insert the link on this text? Where do I click? Where do I go? I'm inserting a link. So it should suggest to you that we need to go to a
Insert
particular
hyperlink.
tab where
Have to go to the insert tab.
insert tab. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So within the insert tab, I have the links group, right? Then I
Yeah.
go to what? Link. I'll hit on it. Then it opens this for us. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Aha. So we have existing file or web page. So these are the different types of links. So I'm using this opportunity to explain that. Okay. And
Yes.
you can also link it to a place in the document. So in a situation where you've added heading styles to your document, you can link it to a particular section of the document. That is where you use the place in this document. Or you can link it to a new document you've created so that when the person clicks on it, it opens a new document on your system. Okay. Then you can
Okay.
also link it to an email address. So as soon as the person clicks on that text, it opens the email application, be it Outlook, okay, on
Okay.
the computer system to send an email directly to the person that you've added the email address and automatically populate the subject. Okay. So the
Okay.
question here is asking us to link it to a file or a web page. So the file name here is www.fusiontomo.com, like that. Now I'll hit on OK. Boom. Then that is done. So you can see it's a hyperlink. So once I do a control click, it will open the web page for me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So it takes me to fusiontomo.com. So you see, Microsoft Word is now making a lot of sense. It's not
Yeah.
the normal
Yes.
thing that we do. You type, you do your Times New Roman, point 12, double spacing, and that's it. No, it goes beyond that. Okay, so let's
Yes.
Okay.
move on to the next. So now we have another question. Create a continuous section that will contain only the yellow highlighted text and apply the moderate margin settings to the yellow highlighted text. So how do I do this? I'll need to create a continuous section. So if I change the margin of this document like this, layout, I'm changing it to moderate.
yeah,
So once I do that, it affects the entire document, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Whenever you change the margin, it affects the entire document. And we don't want this to happen. We only want to apply the margin to only the yellow highlighted text. And in order to do that, we will need to insert continuous what? Section breaks. So where can I find my continuous section break? Where can I find my continuous section break?
the layout tab.
Yes, the layout tab. So I'll need to insert the continuous session break be at the beginning of the yellow highlighted text and at the end of the yellow highlighted text. And once I'm able to do that, if I apply the moderate margin, it will only affect the yellow highlighted text, but not the entire document. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yes.
Aha. So if I go to the beginning, I'll go to layout. Within the page setup group, I've got my breaks. Okay.
yeah,
Yes.
I've got my breaks. So I'll go to section, which is what? Continuous. Okay.
yeah,
Continuous section break. It's inserted, but you can't see it because it's a non-printing character. Then I'll go to the end of it. I'll go to breaks. Then I'll do another continuous. It's also inserted, but you can't see it because it's a non-printing character. So if I want to see my non-printing characters, I go to my home tab. I come to the paragraph group. We have the show hide button. Okay.
yeah,
So I'll click on it. You see, continuous section break, continuous section break. You can see it. Is that
yeah,
okay? Good.
Yeah.
So once that is done, now I will select it and apply my moderate margin. So once I apply moderate margin, you see it's only affected the yellow highlighted section. The rest of the document is the normal margin.
yeah,
Does that make sense?
yeah,
Yes.
And we will use these section breaks to also identify maybe page numbering. You want to number from I to IV, III, and all of that. Then within that same document, you want to start another page numbering, which is from 1, 2, 3, 4. And since you are in Legon, when it comes to your project work, you'll be required to do that. So as you go through, you will learn how to, okay, use this. Let me generate my table of content, your references, and all of that. Okay, so you
Yes.
learn how to do all of that. Any questions so far?
Okay.
so no, not really.
Not really. Okay. So this next question, I want you to find out from your end by
Wait, I have a
clicking. Okay, ask your question.
concerning the non-printable features.
Non-print.
Hey,
Yes.
non-printing characters. If you like when the document is printed, would it be seen?
No, that's why we call it non-printing, so you won't see it.
So it only shows like its effect on the screen.
That is it.
Okay.
So now you see I've turned it off.
Yes.
If it's on now, you see, so this is an indication of a paragraph. The dot dot means that it's a space. So you can use
Oh.
that to edit your document. So if you see a double dot there, it means we have about three spaces in here. So the non-printing
Okay.
characters will tell you the number of spaces, the number of paragraphs. If we have section breaks inserted, you can clearly see it and work on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So I'm going to turn it off, then it's off. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Now, let's look at changing the position of the footer on this page to zero point 0.4 inches or 1 centimeters, okay, from the
yeah,
button. So how do I change the footer? So check from your respective ends and point out where I can click to locate the footer option and how I can change it from whatever number it's there to zero point 0.4 or 1 centimeters. Mhm.
Yes.
So where do I go? Where do I click?
the the insert tab.
The insert tab. Okay. Uh-huh. So where do I go again?
The
Then
header and footer
you
section.
go to the
Header and footer group. Good.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we want to edit the footer because we are changing the position, right?
Yeah.
yes,
So we go to edit footer.
the-
Irama, are you there?
yes, I'm here.
Aha. So I'll hit on edit footer. Now it opens the header and footer contextual tab. You see, it comes in when you need it. So the footer position, you see, we have the header position from top and footer position from what? Bottom.
Yeah.
And mine has been calibrated into what? Centimeters. If yours is in inches, I will later teach you how to change the calibration. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
So mine is in centimeters, and I only need to change it to what? 1 centimeters. So I'll just come in here and type 1, hit enter. Now it's been changed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Then I'll hit on close header and footer. So once I close it, you see the contextual tab disappears. You don't see it.
Yes,
So
Yeah.
it's a contextual tab because it comes in when you need it. If you do not need it, you don't have any business having it there. So if I
yes,
go and double click within my footer, it will appear. It's contextual. So whatever editing you need to do to the footer, you focus on the contextual tab of that particular tool. Okay.
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Now I'll close it. Then I'll move on to the next. Continue. So there is another question. Display continuous line numbers for this document. So how do you display line numbers? Where do I go? Where do I click?
Mm,
And when we say line numbers, what do we mean by that? What do we mean by that? Mhm.
Okay. For
mm,
you have to go to the layout tab.
Layout tab. Okay.
Yes.
yes. You
Page
have a
setup
page
group.
setup.
Well done. I love the way you are using the terminologies. Layout tab, page setup group, line numbers, then continuous. So maybe you decide to work in a law firm, then you go to court and you want to argue your case. You don't need to tell your lordship, kindly go to page number 2, look for paragraph number 3, and I think the third line. No, you are being inefficient. So if you have the line numbers already there, printed for your lord, you say, oh, go to line number 12. You can quickly get to that line number because it's been numbered all the way through. Does that make sense? So this is
Yes.
one use case of line numbers. So I'm trying the best that I can to make this as practical as possible so that you know that, oh, this is why we do this. This is why we use it. Okay?
Yes.
Any
Yes,
questions?
no.
No.
Okay, good. We move on to the next. Continue. Now, the next task is insert page numbering at the bottom of each page of this document. Use
Mm,
the simple style plain number 3. So you want to insert page numbers. Where do I click? Where do I go to do that?
okay, you go to the insert tab.
Okay, so I come to the insert tab.
Yes,
So which of the groups?
header and footer.
Well done. So page number. Then they said at the bottom of the page, right? So I
Yes,
select bottom of page
yes,
and I'm using the plain number 3. So
yes,
plain number 3. Done. I'll close. If I scroll down, you should see my what? Page numbers. Now I move on to the next task. Then I'll hit on what? Continue.
yes,
You see how easy this is?
Yeah.
yes,
Now, the next question is apply the parchment fill effect to this document. We want to apply the parchment fill effect to this document. Where do I click? Where do I go to do this?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting on you guys.
Mhm.
Apply the parchment fill effect. Where do I go? Where do I click?
Attachments.
You're struggling.
Yes.
Yes, please.
You need help?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. So we are looking at the design of the page. Okay.
Mhm.
So when you look at the design of the page, I'll go to the design tab and I'm looking at page color, right? And
Yes.
under page color, I'm looking for fill effect, which is the last option. So page color, fill effect. I'll hit on fill effect. So we have different types. So we have the gradient, we have the texture, we have the pattern, and we have the picture. But parchment falls under what? The texture. So as you click through, we have papyrus, canvas, denim, moving mat, water droplet, paper bag, fish fossil, sand, green marble, white marble, brown marble, granite, newsprint, recycled paper, parchment, then
Yeah.
stationery. So I want parchment, I'll hit an OK. Now we have this beautiful, background effect. Have you found your parchment, Rama?
Yes.
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 So you see how easy this is? It's not
Yeah.
difficult. You just need to have an understanding of the application, know where to find what. And that is what's going to make you a Microsoft Office specialist. So if you know how to do this, getting the certificate is a bonus because when you sit for the 50-minute exam, you will pass and get over 900 out of 1,000 and get a Microsoft certificate. But I don't want you to focus on the certificate, focus on the skill. Once you have the skill, getting the certificate is just within 50 minutes, you get it. Okay. Now,
Okay.
the next
Yes.
question is encrypt this document with a password Starship. So you have a Word document, it's confidential. You don't want people looking at the content of the document. So for that reason, you want to put a password on the document. So anytime you open the document, you'll find a prompt, enter password. Without the correct password, you won't see the content of the document. So where can I click to add a password to the document? Mhm. So let me know if you find it.
Wow.
If you're struggling, just let me know,
Yes.
then I'll make the change.
Yes. Yes.
You need
I need
help?
help.
Okay. So with this, it's about encrypting, it's about properties. So we go to the file tab. Okay. So when you go to the file tab, we come all the way to what? Info. So under info section of the file tab, we have protect document. You could see a key and a padlock, right? So you can
Yeah.
encrypt with a password, you can restrict editing, you can restrict access, you can add a digital signature, you can mark as final, you can always open read only. So these are options. So after the test or after this practice exercise, you sit down, you go back, you go through, okay, let me click. What does this do? This is how you learn. This is how you become better. Okay. So encrypt with password.
Yeah.
And what's the password? Starship. STARSSHIP. Then I'll hit on what? Okay. STARSHIP. I'll hit on what? Okay. Now it's been encrypted. So if I reopen this document, it will request for the password. So you can try it at your end. Create a document, add a
Yes.
password, reopen it, then it will request you to type the password that you entered. Okay? Okay, so we move on
Okay.
to the next. Continue. Okay, So the next one is apply the outline view to this document and then delete the business development paragraph. Leave the outline view open. So we need to apply the outline view. We are currently in the page layout view. So when you print out the document, this is exactly what we will see when we print it out. Okay, so 2 pages. But we want to
Mm.
move to the outline view where we don't see the pages, just an outline of the document. Where do we go? Where do we click? Where do we go? Where do we click?
Hmm. It's layout. Yes. Layout.
Layout. It's about view.
Yeah.
It's about view. We are looking at the document. We are viewing it in outline view. Where do we go?
In
Go to
view.
view, right?
Layout.
Mm.
So we go to view. We are looking at it. View. So the view tab, then we have the views group. So we have the read mode, print layout, web layout, outline, and draft. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
Yes.
So once you go into outline, then it will be in bulleted points. Each paragraph is more like in a bullet form. So this way you can quickly identify where the paragraphs are. Okay. Does that make sense? Yes.
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 So they want us to delete the business development paragraph. So this is my business development paragraph. I'll just select it and hit delete on my keyboard. So once I hit delete on my keyboard, this is gone. And we leave the outline view open. So I'm not going to close it. I'll just leave it as it is. But if you close it and you return to your page layout, you will not find the business development. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yeah.
now I'll hit on next to move on to the next task. So the next task here is asking us to create a PDF or XPS document from this document and publish the document to the Gmetrics template folder. And they've given us the name word05.pdf. And do not open the file after publishing. So, Rama, I believe the assignment they give to you at Legon, you usually convert it into a PDF before printing it out and sending it to
Yeah.
your supervisors, right? So, how do you convert a document into a PDF or XPS? Where do we go? Where do we click?
Yeah. And you go to
File.
file.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Then where do we go?
And then you.
Hmm. So, file. Where do we go?
Yes. Mm. Then,
Mm.
So, we go to file. Then we can go
yes.
to export. Okay. So, we have export
Yes.
or save as. So let's use export. So export it as PDF or XPS document. Then I'll click create PDF or XPS. Others can also use the save as, then they will go and change the file type to PDF. But since we just want PDF,
Yes.
we just go through to export. We click on create PDF or XPS, and it's being saved in our Gmetrics template folder as Word05. So you can add a .pdf or leave it because it's being saved as a PDF file. Okay. And they said, do
Yes.
not open the file after publishing. So I will need to uncheck this open file after publishing. So if I don't uncheck this, then it will open after publishing. But we don't
Mm-hmm.
need that, right? So I will uncheck.
Yes.
So do not open the file after publishing. Then I'll click on what? Publish. So it's been saved as a PDF. Does that make sense? Okay,
Yes,
Yes.
so we
please.
move on to the next task. So there's another task. Go to the bookmark named quote and give it a right indent of 1.0 inches or 2.54 centimeters. So, how do I navigate to get to a bookmark? And before we even tackle this question, what is your understanding of a bookmark? What is your understanding of a bookmark? Maybe you've come across this word before. How can you relate that?
Yes.
Hmm.
A bookmark is usually used to like,
I'm listening, Irama.
um usually we put it in books like when you are reading. So when so that later on when you come back you can continue from where you left off.
Okay, okay, okay. That is good.
So it's like a
So you can quickly navigate to where that particular
where you
bookmark is, where you
yes,
stopped. Is that
yes,
what you mean?
yes.
Okay. What about Papa?
It's it's used to remind you of where you left off a document or a book.
Okay. Okay. Then when you are also browsing the internet and you come across a particular website, you can bookmark it. So more or less like saving it
Yes,
Yeah,
within your bookmark, section. Then
yes,
later on within the day, maybe after a week, you can just click and go back to that particular website. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yes,
So
yes.
in Microsoft Word, we can also bookmark certain sections of our document. Okay. And
Okay.
yes,
this particular task, they've already bookmarked a section. And when you bookmark, you won't see it unless you try to find it. Okay. So if I
Okay.
yes,
want to go to the bookmark named quote, now what I'm doing is I'm trying to edit this document, right? So I go
yes,
to the editing group under the home tab, editing group. Now, what am I looking for? I want to go to, okay, I want
Yeah.
to go to a bookmark. You can go to a comment. You can go to a line number this, line number 4. You want to go to a section. So if you have all of these in your document, you can go to them. So I want to go to bookmark, and the bookmark's name is what? Quote. Are you following?
Yeah.
yes,
So this is where I am at the moment, line number 1 of the document. But once I select the bookmark quote, I hit on go to, it will move me straight to where that bookmark is. So now the bookmark starts from here. Start long quotatins, which is a grammatical or a spelling mistake. So we don't need to worry about that. But this is the start of the bookmark, right? And they want us to give it a right indent of 1 inch. So this is a paragraph on its own. So if I want to give it a right indent of 1 inch, where do I go? Where do I click? Where do I go? Where do I click? Mhm. Where do I go? Where do I click?
and you go to the home tab
Mm-hmm.
under the paragraph,
Uh-huh.
then you
Yes, under the paragraph group. Uh-huh.
yes,
Then I have my dialog box launcher for the paragraph group. That small button. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
So you click on it, and I'm looking for what? Right indent. So you see, we have left indent, which is 2.54. Then
Yeah.
right indent should also be 2.54 centimeters. But if yours is
yes,
calibrated in inches, then you put 1 there. Okay.
yes,
2.5. I'll hit enter. Now you see the right has been indented. So you can see from here. Have you seen it?
yes,
Yes.
So there is 2.54 and there is also a 2.54 from the
yes,
left and from the right. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
yes,
So you instead of using continuous section breaks and applying a margin, you can use indentation to squish some of the paragraphs. So most of our literature books, you can see text like that. And this is how they go about it, indentation. Okay?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. Now the next one is apply the confidential one watermark to this document. So if I want to apply confidential one watermark to the document, what do I do? Where do I go?
What you go to
The
page layout,
design,
page
the
layout,
design tab.
designer.
Design. Uh-huh. Then we are looking at watermark,
Yes, and a page.
confidential one. Boom, done. Next. So we got it right. Then we move on. The next is insert the Austin header and enter Fusion Thermo Incorporated as the document title. So I need to insert a header. Where do I click? Where do I go?
And you go to the insert
Set
tab.
tab.
Under the
Uh-huh.
header, you put you click on
Uh-huh.
the
So you're looking for what? Austin, right?
yes,
So this is my Austin. All done. And I type what? Fusion Tomo. So there should be a space. Then INC, INC, like that. Boom. Next. So you see how easy this is to practice.
yes,
Yes, please.
Aha. Now they're asking us for another task where we create a new document from the sample template, which is the business report professional design. Then once we finish creating this document from the template, we update the title to quarterly report and change the company name to Fusion Tomo. So where do I go? Where do I click to get this done? Where do I go? Yes, Rama and Papa. Where do I go? Where do I click?
and
We're creating a template, a business report template. So where do I go? Where do I click?
then we go to file.
File,
Then go to new
new, that is it. Then I'll
yes
type business
business.
report, then professional design, then I'll search.
Yes,
So I have this. You double tap, then you create it. So they want me to update the title, right? To
yes,
quarterly report, right?
yes.
Yes,
So this
please.
is the title. So this is a template, you are editing it. So quarterly
Report.
report. So that is done. Then the company name should be changed to what? Fusion Tomo. It's as simple
Yes,
as that. Now I'll hit on next and I'm good to go.
yes,
That's it. Is it okay?
yes,
So remove the header on the page numbered 1. So if I want to remove a header on page numbered 1, what do I do? So this is my page number 1, right? Then I'll
yes.
need to remove the header. So how do I remove the header? How do I remove the header? How do I remove the header?
You you select the the header.
I'll select the header. Okay. How do I select it?
You type.
I
Yes,
double tap.
you triple click on it.
Okay. I
No,
double tap.
triple click.
Triple
Triple
click.
click.
Okay. I've done that.
Yes, please. Then you see that a whole ribbon has been like has dropped down.
Okay.
So the first one is header and footer.
Header and what?
Uh,
Footer.
yes, please. So you click on the header,
Uh-huh.
and then bottom, the last but one option, you see remove header.
That is it. Well done. So remove header. See, it's gone.
Yes,
Now
Yes.
I can close my header and footer. Then I move on to the next. Does that make sense?
yes,
Yes.
please.
Aha. Well done. Okay. Now let's look at the next question. Select the last sentence of the first paragraph, beginning with for more information, and add a comment of remove and post the comment. So, where can I go to add a comment? That's the
You
first
go to
question.
you go to the review tab.
The review tab. Why the
Yeah.
review tab? What's the rationale behind that? Why the review
It's,
tab?
it's it aids in proofreading and making corrections.
That is it. That is it. So, Irama, when
Yes,
you start submitting your thesis, your project work to your lecturers,
yes,
they
please.
will be adding comments to your document. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yes,
that is what they do. They are reviewing the document. So if I'm reviewing, I go to the what review tab. So proofread the comment, markup, tracking, compare, and I think I explained these into details in the videos I recorded on YouTube. So take your
Yeah.
time, watch them, and practice. Okay. So the last
yes, please.
sentence of the first paragraph. So this is my first paragraph. The last sentence is for more information. So this is the last sentence I've selected. So I want to add a comment. You can add a comment,
Yeah.
new comment. So what's the comment? Remove. That's it. Then I'll hit Control Enter or just send. So it's been added, and the date it will be time stamped. Set October 2025 at 12:29. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Now next, then I move on to the next task. Is it difficult?
no,
No.
Aha. So now we're looking at another instance. Check the spelling and grammar of text in the document. Fix all spellings in the document. So we are checking the grammar. So how do we check the grammar? How do we do that? Then I move on to the how do we do that? How do we
We
do that?
still stay in the review tab,
Review
and
tab.
yes, under the proofreading group,
okay.
Aha.
the proofreading group, you'd use the spelling and grammar check.
That is it. So we are checking and we are fixing all misspellings. So
Yes,
quotatins should be changed to what? Quotations. So I'll hit on it. It's changed. Quotation should be changed to what? Quotation. Now I'm done with my what? Spelling and grammar. Does that make sense?
yes,
Yes.
I'll hit on next. Then we move. So when you finish working on a document, you need to check. Okay. So
Okay.
now there's another question. In the proofing options, remove the mark grammar errors as you type option for this document. So we don't want the system to mark the grammatical errors for us. So these are options you can turn on and off. So how do we remove that? How do we remove that? And this is an option feature. So we go to what? File. We come to options. Then it's about what? Proofing. Okay. So under
yes,
file options, proofing, then we have mark grammar errors as you type. So when correcting spelling and grammar in Word section, we have mark grammar errors as you type. And they want us to remove that option. So I'll hit on it and I will say, okay. So that solves the task. Does that make sense?
yes,
Yes.
That is it. All done. Now we continue. So without changing the file name save this document as a PDF file in your geometrics template folder, and we should optimize it for minimum size. We want to reduce the size. Do not open file after publishing. And then also ensure that the document is named word01.pdf. So how do we go about this? Where do we click? We are saving it as a PDF. Where do we click? Where do we go?
Mm, go to file.
File,
Yeah. Then
then
export.
export. Good. Then create PDF or XPS.
Yeah.
So we are saving it as what? Word 01, and we are not supposed to open, and we need a minimum size. So you need to select the optimize for what minimum size, which is what publishing online. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
want to print it, then you select the standard. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we hit on publish and it's published. But we won't see it because we unchecked the option for open file after publishing. Okay.
Yeah.
Next. Continue. So customize the save option to embed font in the file. So only embed characters used in the document. Leave all other default settings unchanged. So we are customizing the save option to embed font in the file. So how do we do that? Where do we click? Where do we go? Where do we click? Where do we go?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we go to file. It's about options.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
So we go to options and it's about save. Okay. And we want to embed fonts in the file. So
Okay.
we want to save fonts that are used in the document in the file. So other people who open the document can view and use the fonts, even if the fonts are not installed on their computers. Okay. So there are certain font styles that we use which are probably not available to other people who view our document. So if that is the case, we want to embed it in there so that if they don't have it, they will be able to use the font styles that we used for the document. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we embed font in the file and we leave all other default settings unchanged. We hit on OK, and that's it. Voila, we finished.
Mm.
Then I'll go next. So we'll be working through over 200 of these individual tasks. And by the time we finish it, all the 200, you should be okay with Microsoft Word, at least from basic to intermediate. Then we look at Word Expert, which is the advanced version, where we talk about macros and all of that.
Mm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next is add a footer to the document using the built-in style Wisp. So how do I add a footer to the document using the built-in style Wisp? Where do I click? Where do I go?
In insert.
Insert, okay?
Header
Group,
and
that is
footer.
it. Then I'll
Okay.
go all the way
Then
down. Then I'll look for Wisp.
yeah.
That's done. I'm done. Then I move on to the next. Now we come to another question. Apply the emphasis style to the paragraph below the heading 1.2 mission. So how do I apply the emphasis style? Where can I find my styles?
The head.
Where?
The heading.
Headings. So where can I find the headings?
The home
Within the
tab.
The
styles
home
group.
tab.
Okay. So I
Yeah.
want to apply the emphasis. So where is my emphasis?
The eighth one.
Emphasis. That is it. Boom, it's done. Okay, then I move on to the next.
Yeah.
Now change the page background to ice blue accent 2 and add a page box border. Accept all default settings. So where do I go to change the page background color to ice blue accent 2? Page background. Where do I go?
Go to the
The
design
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 tab.
tab.
Then where do I go
Yeah.
again? Uh-huh. Where do I click? Where do I go? Yes. So I go to my page background group. Then I have page color, right? So I'm looking for ice blue accent 2. Okay. So I go through my colors. This is white background 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is black text 1. This is ice blue background 2. But I'm looking for ice blue accent 2. I move on to the next. Indigo text 2, blue gray accent 1. Then we have ice blue accent 2. So when you go down the list or when you go down the column, then you have the variations. Ice blue, lighter 80, lighter this, darker that, darker that. Okay? So we maintain the ice blue accent too. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we also need to apply a page box border. So where can I click to apply a box border? Box border. Box
Mm.
border.
And the page
Borders.
page borders.
Yes. So I come to page borders, then I'll select what? Box. Boom. So this is how you professionally create document, having a solid understanding of the tools and where you can find them. And that's what's going to make you a Microsoft Office specialist. Okay?
Okay.
So this will be our final question for today. Then tomorrow we'll meet to continue from there. Okay?
Yeah.
So create a document using the letter origin theme template and replace the greeting with to whom it may concern. So where can I click? Where do I click? I want to create a document using the letter origin theme. Where do I click? Where do I go?
It's already.
So we go to file,
Yeah.
we come to new,
And
then
then it,
letter origin theme. Then I'll search for it. Letter origin theme. Then that is open, right? And we need
yeah.
to replace the greeting line or the salutation, right?
Yeah.
Then we type
To
to
whom?
whom it may concern. That's it. So if you don't know how to write a letter, at least there's a template. The template is saying, okay, type the sender's address, type the phone number, type the recipient name, type recipient address, type the phone number. So it just gives you the template. You just follow, you edit it, you write your letter, then you just come type the closing, then you type your title, the sender company name, and the date. So if you don't know how to write a letter, at least you can start from a template. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So that is it. So I'm going to save this here. Okay,
Yeah.
let's finish off with this one. So mark this document as final.
Okay.
Mark this document as final so that anybody who opens it will know that, okay, you don't need to edit it. This is the final version. You can just read. We don't want you to make any changes. Where do we click? Where do we go?
And you go to the file tab. Hey, file.
File
Then
tab, info,
then you
then
click on protect document.
yes, then
The
mark
last one.
as
Sorry.
final. That is it. That's it. Okay. So when you go back, you see it's been marked as final. So you
Yes.
can decide to edit it anyway. So this tells people who are opening that, okay, this is the final version, but if you want to edit, you can go ahead. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. So I'm going to save this. Then tomorrow, God willing, when we meet again, we will continue from there to complete all the 58 tasks. Okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, please.
Same.
Good. Well done. So what I'll do is I'll need to stop sharing. Okay. So we just need to wrap this up. We've been online for an hour. Just let me know what you've taken away from our session and how you're going to apply that moving forward. So, a summary of what you've grasped from this session and how you're going to use it moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's session has helped me to be able to easily recognize where some actions can be found within the application.
Good. Rama, what say you?
Yes. Most of the tasks like had, even though the questions were very different, the most of the new things I learned were repetitive, so it has helped me to get more acquainted with them.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Please don't be late, okay?
Please.
Yes, please.
We are so
I'll
sorry for today.
Oh, don't worry, it's fine. This is our first meeting, so it's okay.
Yes,
Okay?
please. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Bye bye.
And thank you
Bye.
very
Thank
much.
you very much.
You're welcome.